Tom, how are you feeling following that?
I'm okay with that result. Obviously, you score late on, and we 100% don't want to concede in injury time. But I think the way the game's panned out, they're a good football team. I really like them. They're very honest. Stafford. I can see why they've picked up some positive results. They're probably I think they're second in the form table, so they've been on the charge. I thought it was about bang on with chances created. It's a fair result. The nature of it stings a little bit, but I just spoke with the players Thursday night. We had 15 games left at that point, and I asked for some real application. Where the results will be the results, and we can't control some things, but the stuff that we've got a choice to make with our attitude and application, I wanted it to be through the roof, and from probably 45 seconds onwards into the game, because we didn't start great with the two set pieces. I thought that the lads were bang at it, and I was really pleased with that. And that's a minimum, that's a marker now for the remainder of the season. So I'm pleased with the performance and process of today. Result could have been brilliant if we'd have clung on, but I'll go away pretty content with that, I think.
How do you feel the team coped with the conditions?
It was tough going. I mean, their throwing, it's frowned upon by some in football, having a long throw like that, but I'm a fan. I think it's a free box entry, and it causes chaos as you've seen today. And you've got to they sort of counter pressed and pressed as well when we won the ball back. So it was hard for us to clear the ball, obviously against the wind. So every time we clear the ball out for a throw in, you know what's coming, and then it's hard to get out of that scenario. It's hard to counter attack from. So having that weapon they've got, I thought we stood up to it brilliantly until the 93rd minute. So the conditions made that. When I saw the wind blowing, when I looked out the window this morning, I thought of their throw-in, thought here we go. On the whole, we stood up to it really well. I thought I saw some young players play with intelligence today, with the wind behind and going into it, which was pleasing. Thought we played smart. So it made for probably a bit of an ugly game of football. But I thought we coped with the conditions pretty well.
Do you think the team will have learned quite a lot from a game like that today?
Yeah, that is what we are this year. We're a group that's new to adult football, myself included, and we've learned that we're learning along the way. We're learning on the job, and I'm hoping that other people can see the improvement in the team. Like I can feel it, and I think the squad knows it, and I think it's there to see we are getting better. We are managing situations better than we did whenever it started in August. So I think we will definitely learn from these experiences. We've got to hold on to our leads better, and we've got to be a bit smarter. But again, that one today, you can't stop that ball coming in your box from 45 yards with his throwing. So it ends up dropping to the lad who puts it away well. But we'll keep learning, keep getting better, keep improving. And I think on that note, the two, amongst others, the two 17-year-olds that played for us today, I thought they were fantastic. This is a proper level of football, playing against players, they're opposite numbers who are good players, experienced players. And I thought the two young boys were excellent, and did themselves proud. And you can see how well received they were by the supporters and the players at the end.
It's hard to believe sometimes that they are only 17, isn't it?
They're physically good, yeah, but they're the amazing thing for them and their careers and futures. Like, they're physically good now, but they're going to be specimens in 2 years. Like, they've got more to come. So they're robust enough to handle it already at this level. But there's more to come. But they've taken to it pretty well, and the support around them and the way that the lads speak to them and the demanding of them as well. I think that's made it a good transition for them. But there's more to come from them too, as with a lot of the other players we've got.
And Kieran Keane only seems to score good goals, doesn't he?
He's a very talented player, and he's got some really good attributes. He struggled with the left wing back position at the start of the season, found himself out of the team. Left back, I don't think quite suits him with how we play. So we found a role for him in midfield, and I think again probably this fourth, fifth game on the bounce, he's been excellent in there. Like, he's got so much power, running power, handles the ball well, and then around the box you fancy him to do something because he's got a bit of a rocket of a left foot. But I'm really pleased for him because he's a brilliant bloke, and he's class around the changing room. Carries himself really well. He carried himself brilliantly through some frustrating times for him personally before Christmas, and this is his reward now. He's playing to a really high level, which he's got to maintain. He's getting used to a new position, but doing it really well. So fair play, because it was a magnificent goal.
And we talk about the conditions, and one player that really had to stand up to the conditions was your goalkeeper, who won the man of the match. How do you feel he was?
Yeah, he didn't have loads of shots to save, but today was with the throw-in. It was, I challenged him before the game. I just said, like, within reason, be brave and come and take control of that. And if it goes wrong, it's on me. But I knew he'd be fine with it. Like, he's a very good goalkeeper. He's got better with that stuff. I think as the season's gone on, he's coming and grabbing stuff. He punches it well. He's got a lot of respect from the group, and I think everybody we play against sees that we've got a good goalkeeper now. He's had a really good season, Matt Yates.
And before the game, you asked for the crowd to back the team like they did in the last home game, and they didn't let you down.
No, they were great. I think the ref will hear him ringing in his ears a little bit, but the supporters have been fantastic. Like they've had a patience with us that's been required. I think they understand what we're trying to do this year and the reasons why. So any moments where we might not have won or perhaps a couple of average results in a row, like there's been no drama, no pressure on the players. They've backed them and with me as well. They've been good with me. So I'm very thankful of how they've carried themselves as a bunch of supporters. They've been brilliant for us, and we'll need them in the next 14 games. And obviously we've got the Lincolnshire Senior Cup, which is an important game for Gainsborough Trinity. So we're hopefully going to give them a few good days out and a few good memories before the season's done.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
Cheers.